Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tottenham Away. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope your Boxing Day was enjoyable as well. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a good break. Um, I had to make this video. I'm out in Dubai at the moment, and I literally, I've been so positive about Spurs this year, about Ange. I've argued when people have tried to criticise the manager. I've tried to explain, defend. Um, Games that we've lost or games where people don't like the tactics. And I've really, really been positive about Spurs this season because I'm enjoying the football. But most importantly of all, I can see a plan with this manager. But I'm still skeptical about the board and Daniel Levy. Now, why am I making this video? I think we're genuinely cursed as a football club. If you haven't heard, I'm sure you're going to, well, I'm going to tell you now. This guy is out for 5 weeks. 5 weeks. This guy right here. Christian Romero. I mean, we had him suspended for 3 games. He's come back from suspension. We've started winning games. No surprise because we've got a good player back in the team in defence. And now he's injured for 4 or 5 weeks. So we've got no Van der Ven, no Romero. Which means this guy's going to start again. Eric Dyer. Look, we're going to have to get behind him. We're going to have to support the team. But this is why we were in a mess last time with Mourinho and with Nuno and with Conte and with Stellini and Ryan Mason. It's these players aren't good enough, and we're back to the same people we haven't got rid of. So I've got to talk about the board. I've got to talk about Daniel Levy because in the summer we needed 2 centre backs and we didn't do it. We bought Van der Ven, who's been brilliant for Spurs. Okay, he's injured, but he turned out to be a fantastic signing. And we signed Ashley Phillips, who's Ashley Phillips? He's a young kid. He's learning his trade. He's never played Premier League football before. We're going to find out if he's ready because Ange is going to have to decide whether or not he gives this player a chance. And we've got youngsters on the bench like Donington. He hasn't played for us either. I think we're going to go with Ben Davies and Eric Dyer at the back. And I think you, as a Spurs fan, if you're watching this, you're probably thinking the same thing. And for me, this is it's catastrophic. Brighton away is not going to be an easy game. Brighton haven't been brilliant this season like they were last year. They're very up and down, but they can turn it on. They're still a good side. That's going to be a tough game for us now without without Van der Ven and Romero. Got Basuma suspended, which means, probably Skip is going to play. At some point, we're going to see Skip and Højbjerg playing in the defensive mid role that's supposed to be protecting the centre backs. It just stinks. The board should have bought 2 centre backs. And on our channel, on Tottenham Away, we did mention this. We did say we should have bought 2. Why haven't we bought 2 centre backs? This might come back to bite us. And guess what? It has. The only good news is we've only got 2 more games before the January transfer window. But stories today are that the French centre back, the one we're after, I think his name is Topsida. If I've got his name wrong, I apologise. Apparently, it's highly unlikely that we're going to buy him now. So that says to me that we're getting into a bidding war. If we get into a bidding war, he's not coming in the first week of January. If Spurs want to get into a bidding war or they want to, try and shortchange the deal and try and save £2-3 million, then for me, if we do get him, it'll be towards the end of the window, which defeats the point of bringing in players early, so you've got them for the games early in January. And even Ange Postecoglou has come out and he said 2 times in post-match interviews, in different interviews, I'd like the players early, because if they're not there early, then they can't impact the games at the start of January. And he's spot on. Spurs have got a chance, a massive chance of being in a title race. I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but we're only 4 points off the top. Well, before Liverpool won yesterday. But strengthen the team and we've got a chance. Minimum top 4. Like, Spurs should be getting top 4. There's no excuses not to get top 4 if the board want it. They've got to back Ange and they've got to back him early. We need defenders, we need midfielders, we need a wide player for sure. January is going to be super tough. And they just got a whole lot tougher not having Romero. So for me, the board, and I've been positive this season. I've really been positive. I'm going to say it though now, because I'm at that point. The board have let us down yet again. They've let us down because they haven't signed 2 centre-backs when we badly needed 2 centre-backs. There's no excuse now to not buy a centre-back in January. None at all. But not Lloyd Kelly, not some random unknown player. We want established quality. Or you've got to go find another Van der Ven, another Vicario, another Udogie level young player who's got some experience in a top league that can come in and really, blossom and push on. Lloyd Kelly's not the answer. I don't want to hear this Lloyd Kelly nonsense. It's absolute rubbish. I want to see a really good centre-back come in. We need proper cover at the back, which we don't have. Or start playing these youngsters because they're good enough. If they're not good enough, then put them out on loan. There's no point in them just sitting on the bench, just taking up another space. And we don't need 5 goalkeepers. 5 goalkeepers in the squad. That's got to go. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous that there's 5 goalkeepers in the squad taking up places. I'd rather we have 5 decent centre-backs on the bench, because that's what we need right now. Maybe not 5, but at least 3 or 4 in the squad. So, yeah, this Romero news, that's a real kick in the teeth. I'm not going to lie to you. We've got Burnley in the FA Cup. We've got Man United away. We've got Brentford end of the month. We might be in the second round of the FA Cup end of January as well. These aren't games we want to be going in with Dyer and Davies and chicken royales. And Ben Davies was terrible against Everton. For all the praise and positive energy we've shown Ben Davies against Everton was Ben Davies again. He was not very good. He's had his kind of 2-3 game hot streak, which he often does, and we praise him, and then he goes back to being Ben Davies. Dyer's going to be the same. These players aren't good enough. They shouldn't be at Tottenham. They've literally spent 9-10 years at this club. They've won nothing being at this club. They haven't contributed to success. They've got to go. The new generation, the new Spurs needs to be built under Ange, and we need some big signings in January. I've said it for maybe 6 weeks now, and I keep saying it, and I get a bit of stick for it, but I don't mind, and I'm going to say it again, right? It's very simple. It's non-negotiable. Back Ange, January 2024, or Levy out. Back Ange or Levy out. We start the protests again. We start making noise, and we start disrupting the place, because this cannot be allowed to continue. And I've stayed positive. Anyone that watches this channel, I've been positive and very encouraging, but I'm not going to tolerate this nonsense, especially now that Romero is out. So, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. We've lost another decent player to injury. So, anyway, look, let's see how we go. We've got 2 more games to go. We'll be live, Tottenham away, doing a watch along for the Brighton game and for the Bournemouth game. Guys, brace for impact. Brace for impact. Back Ange or Levy out. Have a good day.